Hi team, it's Friday, we finished another week. It's looking closer and closer to us being able to walk back through those doors into the four walls of our gyms, which is quite exciting. So yeah, fingers crossed that happens soon and we can all be back together doing what we love. So finishing the week off as we started, so an EMOM, this time is 16 minutes. 4 movements, they're all for max effort, okay? So if you can make it through the full minute without breaking, or you're gonna work essentially for the full minute each time here. Try and keep your transitions between the movements fairly short and sharp, and let's make the most of each minute as it comes around. So 4 movements, thrusters, an overhead hold with your object, or I'll move down with a backpack, bent over row, and then a hollow hold. Okay, so minute 1, you're gonna do as many thrusters as you can. So you're gonna grab your backpack, elbows nice and high each time. Set your feet into your squat stance. We're going to go full down squat. We're going to drive that aggressively. We're going to drive that back up over our head. Like so. On the squat portion, keep your elbows high like you would in a very heavy front squat. That's going to help keep your chest nice and upright. Will also promote you sitting back onto your heels slightly. When you come out of that squat, once you're above parallel, start to accelerate. Really go to drive hard, like you would on a push press. Use your power of your hips, get that bag moving up over your head. Once it's up there, remember, head through the window, rib cage down, squeeze that bottom tummy really tight. On the thruster thing, particularly if it's a little bit lighter, the thing we commonly see is people either pressing too early or squatting too early. So make sure that you're patient. Use all the power in your hips, keep it sat on your shoulders until you're at full extension, and then press it out. Likewise, bring it down onto your shoulders before you initiate that squat into the next one. Our overhead hold is just that finishing position like we spoke about on the thruster. Okay, so overhead position, arm locked out fully, rib cage down and squeeze tight, head through, thumb squeeze nice and tight. You're going to hold that up there for 60 seconds or as close to the 60 seconds as you can. If you need, you can absolutely break in the middle of that minute. That's totally fine. But just make sure that you are in as strong a position as possible each time. Don't let those elbows break. Think about externally rotating and pointing those armpits forward. In the 3rd minute, we've got bent over row, a staple of our home program. So bag on either end, hand on either end of the bag. Break the knee, hand to the hips. You want to have your chest facing the floor, but your back still nice and flat. So you might find that you're loading your hamstrings up here. From there, you're going to break at the elbow, you're going to roll that bag in, just between your belly button and your sternum. Nice and controlled, nice full range of motion. Just note that my torso doesn't move at all. It's very, very controlled. We want to make sure that we've got sufficient load in our bag for all of these movements. We want the thruster by the end of each minute to be challenging to hold on to, likewise overhead hold to be challenging to hold on to, and then likewise the bent over row. Our last movement is a hollow hold, okay? So, most advanced version, we're going to go hands and feet straight out, okay? Like so. We're just constantly thinking about pushing our belly button down through the floor, having lots of tension through our legs, and making sure that our toes are pointing straight out. If we need to scale, we're going to first off bring our hands down. That's just going to take a little bit of tension away, not worry about our weight going this way, but we've still got that nice dish shape. If we need to scale further, we're going to bend our knees up, and we can just pop our hands on our knees, and we're still in that hollow body position, but we've just taken some of the body weight away, and we've just made it a little bit more compact. Try and hold that for as long as you can. I would say just go for 1 max effort set on that, and then rest for the remainder of the minute. Okay, and we don't want to blow out on that first set and then not be able to do anything for the remaining sets. Okay. Focus on being really, really good in your strong. Focus more on your position on that. Make sure you're in good positions. And particularly if we've got our legs straight out, one of the easiest ways to hold that position is just make sure you've got lots and lots of tension through your legs, and don't let that go. Thanks again. Another great week of training under our belt. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. There is light at the end of this tunnel. See you next week.